In this tutorial, you will learn how to format various charts in different ways. Tutorials for creating basic charts are available and should be watched as a precursor to this tutorial if you are unfamiliar with chart creation. Here we have a selection of basic charts created in previous tutorials. We may wish to make them more attractive or to display more useful information. In our first example, we're going to change the color and border of the columns in our chart, add data labels, and add axes titles. To change the color of our columns, we're going to right-click the columns in the chart and select Format Data Series. We then select the Fill and Line panel. Here we can change both the fill color and border color for our columns. We could also highlight and change just one of our categories by selecting only the column we wish to recolor and then changing the fill color so that it stands out amongst the rest. Now we're going to add some data labels. Click on your chart and head to the Design tab. Select the first option, Add Chart Element, and from the drop-down, select Data Labels. I'm going to place mine on the outside end of the columns. Now we're able to see the volume for each of our products in the chart. To add axis titles, we use the same Add Chart Element button, but select axis titles from the list. We're going to do this twice to select both primary horizontal and primary vertical axis title. At the moment, they simply say axis title. To change this, we will click the axis title in our chart and type what we want them to say. We may also wish to recolor them so that they stand out from the category names. To do so, we right-click the axis title and select Format Axis Title. Here, we want to select text options and ensure we are on the text fill and outline panel. Then we can change the fill color of the text. In the next example, we will change our 2D bar chart to a 3D bar chart, change the angle of the chart and the colors of our bars, and make the values on the horizontal axis clearer. A 3D chart could have also been created from our initial set of data by selecting the 3D option from the list, but here we've already created and wish to change this 2D chart. First, we select the chart and then head to the Design tab. Next, we will select Change Chart Type. We then select the bar chart option on the left and select the 3D clustered bar option from the top. We can also change the angle on our axes to make it more attractive. To do so, right-click the plot area of the chart and select Format Plot Area. From the Effects panel, select 3D Rotation. We can then adjust the X, Y, and perspective values to change the way it looks. Changing the colors is done in the same way it was for our first 2D chart example. Because the formatting options are already open on the side of our screen, we don't always have to right-click our chart and select the format option. We can also simply left-click the part of the chart we want to change, which will also change the format options to the corresponding part of the chart. Now that we're again formatting the data series or columns, we can again go to the Fill and Line panel and adjust our colors. As you can see, the values at the bottom of our chart are messy and clustered together. With our Format Options panel still on the right, we can just click the horizontal value axis area to bring up its formatting options. I want to remove the 2 decimal places for each value as they are not important to me. To do so, we make sure we are in the Axis Options section and then click on Number to open more options. We now change the decimal places value from 2 to 0. I'd also like to have them displayed vertically rather than horizontally, so we're going to the Axis Size and Properties options. Here we change the text direction from horizontal to rotate all text to 270 degrees. We could also change the text color for our axis angles by heading to the text options and changing the text fill. For our pie chart, we're going to create a 3D chart, change its style and colors. We already added and changed the data labels in our first pie chart creation tutorial. To make our new changes, we first select the chart and go to the Design tab in Excel. We then select Change Chart Type and select the 3D options from the pie chart panel. This doesn't change much at the moment, but we can make it more attractive by selecting a different design option at the top of our screen in the Design tab. I'm selecting the last option in the first row, but there are many others to choose from as a base for further formatting. I don't like that the words are now all the same color as the slices, so I'm going to change them to black and remove the boldness. I could do this from the formatting panel on the right by clicking the data labels, selecting text options, and changing the values in the text fill and outline panel, but I can also do this easily from the home panel. Here I can remove the boldness, which can be done by pressing Ctrl B on your keyboard, and then changing the color of the text to black here. We may also want a single category to stand out from the others. We can do this easily by changing all categories to a single color through the Format Data Series Fill and Line panel, and then changing the category we want to stand out on its own. However, now we can't see all our other slices from one another. We could then break them apart a little to leave gaps in between. To do so, left-click and hold the pie and drag your mouse away from the center of the chart. Now our slices are broken apart. If you selected a standalone slice, only that slice would drag out from the pie. We can also change where our slices are located on the chart by selecting the Series Options panel from the Format Data Series Options. Here, we can drag the slider or change the value to have our chart arranged the way we wish. That is all for the Formatting Charts tutorial. Many other Microsoft Word and Excel tutorials are available, including how to use basic formulas in Excel, creating headings and tables of contents in Word, and many others.